Alright, so here we go. I'm going to go ahead and do this test review. It might be a little bit long, so you can pause, you can fast forward, you can skip to wherever you need to. Do whatever you need to do to help you study on the parts that you're weak on. If you do not watch this video, obviously, well, then I don't know why I'm talking, but now if you didn't watch the video, well, that's you just shoot yourself in the foot. But for those of you that do, I will maybe sneak something in, so you might want to kind of listen through, and we'll see what we got. Anyways, so let's look at this. 8 less than doubling number is negative 12. You know what? I am definitely going to put a question like this, because I want to see how many of y'all pay attention to the fact that when you say less than, you've got minus, but whatever is in front of the word is less than goes after the minus. So here's my first little tip for you. I am going to sneak that question in. This question, well, I'm not going to sneak it. I'm telling you right now, it's going to be in there. So 8 less than double a number. Less than means minus. Whatever is in front of the word is less than goes after the minus. Notice this and this. And that double means multiply by 2. Goodness. Anyways, is negative 12. There you go. That's all it is. 8 less than double a number. 8 minus 8. Double a number means 2 times n equals negative 12. Next problem. 9 times the difference of a number and 4 is 32. Okay, so 9 times the difference. Notice that times the difference means I am saying 9 times subtraction, and notice I'm putting parentheses. So because I'm saying times the difference, I've got this parentheses with a minus in between. Then what are the two things I'm subtracting? And I could use the word sum, and that would have been a plus, by the way. A number and 4. And then is means equals 32. So again, I could do this one with a sum and say 9 times the sum, and then that would have been 9 parentheses plus. So keep that in mind. Next one, 18 increased by 4 times the number is equivalent to 31. So I'm basically saying 18, 1/8, increase is plus, 4 times a number, 4n, equivalent, remember, is equals. So keep that in mind. So I'm trying to cover things that I think you should get, but you shouldn't be confused about. But you probably will be anyway. Anyways, number 4. The difference of a number and 7 is the same as 17. Now notice here on this one, I am saying there is nothing in front of the words difference, like nothing saying like something times the difference. It's just the difference. So in this case, I'm going to subtract number and 7, and then say it's the same as equals 17. Okay, now let's look at the next section. We're going to talk about simplify. On simplify, that means not equal to. Don't put any equals. So for example, number 5, you've got 10x plus 3x. Combine your like terms and say 13x. Then you can bring down the minus 8, and you're done. That's it. There is nothing else to do with this question. Now, keep in mind that you only combined your like terms and then you were done. That became that. Okay, the next question, number 6, says negative 13n plus 14n. Well, again, these are my like terms. Going to combine them, but 14 minus, or negative 13 plus 14, since they're different signs, I'll take away and get 1n. So you should be able to do these types of problems, not that hard. It's either that you're going to combine like terms or distribute or both. Okay, so keep that in mind. Okay, the next problem, I've got negative 7 parentheses 12 plus 7a, close the parentheses. That's parentheses. So here, again, this is distributed property, which means negative 7 times 12 plus negative 7 times 7. A. Make sure you keep the variable, because a lot of y'all, when y'all do that, y'all forget about the variable and then you mess up. Okay, negative 7 times 12 is negative 84. 7 times 7 is negative 49. And I'll say plus a negative 49a. Then you're done. That's it. Nothing else to do with that. You are finished. Okay, so do the same thing here. Try to multiply. Say 5 times 3v. Let's say minus, and then 5 times 11. Okay, so I have 15v, and then I can say minus 55, and I'm done. So again, I put them in there so that you would see they're not very hard. You just got to do a straight multiplication, and that should be it. Okay. So here we've got 11 plus, and we're saying 3 times 2 distribute minus 3 times 19. Now these two examples, 9 and 10, are examples where I'm going to have to distribute first, then combine like terms. So here I've got 11 plus 6 minus 57n. Combine my like terms, and I get 17 minus 57n. Okay, over here I'm saying negative 7x plus 2 times 5x, and then I'm saying 2 times 3. So remember, again, you got to give the number on the outside to both things on the inside. So here I have negative 7x plus 10x plus 6. Combine these like terms. They subtract because one's positive, one's negative, and you get 3x plus 6. And you're done. Okay, so hopefully y'all don't have any questions on those, but these are the types of answers that you should be getting. Okay, now we get to the ones where we actually do some solving. We're going to start off with some single-step equations, then we'll go to 2 steps, and then multi-step. Now on this one, very easy. Notice these are equals to, so we will get like a variable equal to a number. Here I've got 16 times, I divide, and you get k is equal to negative 3. Here I've got minus, I should add, and you get p is equal to 18 plus 79, 97. Here I need to subtract. Since these are the same sign, again, these are the same sign, you should actually add them. If you type this in the calculator as negative 5 plus a negative 26, you should definitely get the right answer. So that might be a tip for those of y'all that have been getting this wrong, but it should give you an answer of negative 31. And then finally here I've got division, so I need to multiply, and I get x equals 45. Okay, so nothing very difficult there. Just notice I try to give you a different example for each one of those where you had to subtract, add, multiply, or divide. Okay, so moving on, that one wasn't too difficult. Let's look at the next few. These next two problems, 15 and 16, yes, I know it says on the review 15 and 15, but go with that. Oops, somehow I messed up. That was just me being whatever. I guess I needed more coffee. Anyways, here we got minus 30, minus 7. Normally in like most of these, you first add or subtract, then you can divide or multiply. So in this case, we need to add 7 first. Whoops, that should have been 38. I get 5d is equal to 44. Maybe I meant for that to be a plus and I should have subtracted. Anyways, and then I divide by 5 and I get d is equal to 44 over 5. I'm going to leave that as a fraction because it doesn't come out even. Oops, there you go. So I made a mistake on that. I didn't mean for that to happen. Hopefully I won't do that on the test, but that came out like that. Alright, here I need to subtract 4. You get n over 5 is equal to 14. Then you can multiply by 5. Multiply by 5. And you get n is equal to 70. And you're done. So you can see here, first I added or subtracted, then I multiplied or divide. Now notice though, technically like on a problem like this plus technically goes to the n over 5. So I'm looking at the sign in front of the 4, say, okay, what's the opposite of that? That's when I'm going to subtract. That might be a helpful way to look at something like that. 17 is a different example. This is the one example, and for my CEP classes, this will be a bonus question. So keep that in mind. I will put it in there as a bonus, but let's try to make it worth your while. But this is the one example where you have to multiply or divide first, then you can subtract. So you see here, this is all divided by 7. So now I need to multiply by 7. That way these cancel. You get h plus 3 is equal to 63. Then you can subtract 3 to get h is equal to 60. And that's it. That's all you have to do. This type of problem is still where you add or subtract first, but I would take care of the plus 4 first. You get 2/3 x equals 36. Then you can say, think of this as divide and times. So what's the opposite of dividing? Multiply by 3. 2x is equal to, what's 36 divided by 3? Or 36 times 3, duh. 808. Okay, and then I can divide by 2, and x is equal to 54. So you can kind of see here like what you need to do steps-wise for those two problems, and hopefully not make any mistakes with those. Okay, 19 is like straight from the quiz. I didn't even change it. So let's make sure that you understand. Plus 3x equals 89. Okay, so I have here multiplying 2 times 6x minus 2 times 8 plus 3x equals 89. 12x minus 16 plus 3x. So I distributed. Now I need to combine my like terms. 15x minus 16 equals 89. Add 16, add 16. And you get 105, and then you can divide by 15. Oops, I don't know why I put double divide. Oopsie, sorry. X equals 7. Alrighty, so there you go. So you can follow the steps here. Notice distribute, combine like terms. So distribute, combine like terms, add or subtract, and then you can divide. Alright, number 20. Ooh, I'm at 12 minutes. Oh no, this is going a little long, but that's what happens. 5 minus 4x equals 41. Why do I feel like I messed up? Okay, so now here, what do I need to do? Minus, okay, like I said, oopsie, that's not what I meant to do. I meant to do this and erase that. Rewrite this as 5 plus a negative 4x equals 41. And I think you'll be less likely to make a mistake. Subtract 5, because now we can see this is a plus 5, and then I can say negative 4x equals 36, and then I can divide by negative 4, negative 4. Now if you get the sign wrong, I didn't count it wrong for a lot of y'all on this test, but I will count it wrong for the next one. So please keep that in mind, because I want y'all to make sure y'all get those correct. Let me do 22 next. Then I'm going to do 21, 23, and 24 because those are all variables on both sides. So let's look at 22 next. 4 parentheses x plus 2 minus 7x equals negative 10. Okay, so here I have 4x, 4 times x plus 4 times 2 minus 7x equals negative 10. 4x plus 8 minus 7x equals negative 10. So combine my like terms. Negative 3x plus 8 equals negative 10. Minus 8 minus 8. Negative 3x equals negative 18. Then you can divide by negative 3. Equals 6. Okay, so here, notice I distributed. So I distributed, then I combined like terms, then I added or subtracted, then I divided. So kind of stay in that order for those. Okay, so for the last ones, we have variables on both sides. For my CP classes, I'll probably put this in as a bonus, like a nice bonus. For my pre-AP classes, believe that you're going to have it in there. I'm going to do this, let's say nicely, I guess, and I'll kind of follow like what the guy did in the video, but I am going to put my variables on this side, numbers on the right. That's just the way I like to operate. I know some other teachers are slightly different, but that's fine. So I got to look at this as a positive 3x. I need this 3x to come over here, so if it's a positive, I'm going to put minus 3x. Now, normally I would rather do this all in one step, but I'll keep this simple. 5 minus 3. Notice I can put this on the same side and combined it to the 5x. So I made sure they lined up. So 5 minus 3 is 2x minus 8 equals, this is now gone, and I've got 16. Now I can say, okay, let me add 8. You get 2x, because this is now gone, equals 24. Then you can divide by 2 to get x equals 12, because the opposite of multiplying is adding. So same idea here. I'm going to move this over here. So I'm going to say minus 5x you get 2x minus 23. Why do I feel like I did another one where I messed up and came up with the wrong answer? Equals negative 34. I think this one's going to be a fraction answer. Oopsie. Okay, so plus 23. You get 2x is equal to negative 11. Then divide by 2. And x equals negative 11 over 2. I'm going to leave it like that. So this one came out with a fraction. That was my oops. But there you go. Okay, so those two, notice what I did was I moved the variables over to the left-hand side and moved numbers that don't have variables to the right-hand side. Okay, so to make this a little bit more complicated, 5x, this is my last example, minus 7 equals 2x minus 13. Okay, the screen was moving around on me, so oopsie on that. Okay, so before you go to thinking about, well, yeah, no. I would rather you look at it this way. Okay, you notice here, previous example, we had 2 things and 2 things. Like, get it down to that. So let's get it, trim it down. Let's have less things here. I've got 3 things, 3 terms on this left-hand side. So I need to combine these two, and 5 plus 3 is 8x. Now, I want to go ahead and move the 2 over. So subtract 2. Notice I'm generally moving the variables over first. 6x minus 7 equals negative 13. Then I'm going to go ahead and move the 7 over. Plus 7 plus 7, and I get 6x equals negative 6, and then I can divide by 6 to get x equals negative 1. Okay, so you can see here, this is what I've done. I've gone over every type of problem, and there you go. So here's my little bonus. See, for all of y'all that watch this video, you can get 5 points. Let's see. What should I do? Should I go with a Doctor Who inspired one, a swimming inspired one, a diving inspired one, or a Star Wars inspired? You know what? I'll do it this way. I wore no. I don't want to do that. That's kind of weird. On one of my swim posters, it has emerge. Only one will emerge. Okay. What you need to do, I'm going to put 3 bonus blanks, or I'm going to do at least 3. I'm going to have 2 bonus problems, and I'm going to have 3 bonus blanks. On one of the bonus blanks, you need to put this word in there, and I will give you, say, the equivalent. I will add 5 points to the test. Okay? So you need to make note that in one of the bonus blanks, you need to write the word emerge. Do not tell anybody else. If I see y'all speaking it, looks like y'all are kind of talking, then I won't give this to you. So you keep this to yourself. This is only for those that were kind enough to watch my video. There you go. Anyways, that's it for today. Thank you. I hope that you enjoyed this, and I hope it helps you do better on the test.